What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. So the competition between Call of Duty and Battlefield is ramping up today. We got an official announcement over from Battlefield that a new mode known as Battlefield Redsec, which is actually the free-to-play battle royale, the direct competition to Warzone, is going to be launching in under 24 hours on October 28th at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Now, the thing is, because of this initial announcement, a couple days before it, when everyone already sort of figured out that this was going to be happening, and Battlefield sort of dropped like a blog post for the Season 1 update to market all of that, Call of Duty tried to clap back by dropping their own community update and giving us more information on the Warzone content that we're going to be getting. So basically, if you care about Battlefield or if you don't care about Battlefield, thanks to them, Call of Duty is going all out and giving us everything we've possibly wanted. So that's what we're going to talk about today. If you do find the video informative or helpful at any point, consider hitting that like and subscribe button. Now, the first thing you need to know about is the Xbox and PlayStation charts have been revealed. So Charlie Intel posted this. He said Call of Duty was the #2 most played game in the United States during the week ending on Saturday, October 18th on both PS5 and Xbox consoles. Battlefield 6's launch week debuted at 7 at most played on PlayStation and #6 most played on Xbox. So basically, when you're just blankly looking at these stats, it looks like even with Battlefield's like official launch and counting the whole first week of the game being available, they don't really reach Call of Duty's numbers. Call of Duty still ranked #2 on both Xbox and PlayStation, but you also have to remember that this is the entirety of Call of Duty HQ, so it's people on MW3, people on BO6, people on Warzone, and that's what most people are saying is because Call of Duty has the advantage because they have a free-to-play game while Battlefield is fully paid for. So these numbers really are a little skewed, but we're going to get more accurate results once this new Redsec mode, which is the free-to-play battle royale version, officially comes out tomorrow. And then once we look at the launch week stats of that, then they're going to be on an even playing field between Call of Duty and Battlefield. So regardless of the numbers, it looks like that competition is still going strong. And Raven Software actually posted a big community update for Warzone. So they said, hey everyone, with all the exciting Black Ops 7 updates coming out of Treyarch these last few weeks, we wanted to take a moment to share some updates for our own Call of Duty Warzone as we draw closer to Season 1. Our focus for the year ahead boils down to 3 pillars: Battle Royale, Resurgence, and the future of the game. So for Battle Royale, because it's the foundation upon which we've built every new mode, feature, and memorable moment, and while we continue to innovate across the entire game, we feel that it's important that Battle Royale remains a cornerstone of what we do. That's why we're expanding Battle Royale to include support for multiple large maps via map rotation. While it wasn't previously realistic for us to host multiple large maps, we've since taken the steps necessary to support it. This won't be a launch feature with Black Ops 7, but it's a key addition slated for early next year. So from what it's looking like here, they're going to be bringing in big map rotation for the first time ever in Warzone history starting in 2026. And this means that there's the potential for a lot of older big maps to return. For example, Al Mazrah, that could potentially come back. There's also Resurgence that could potentially make its way back. And maybe we could see every former Warzone big map in the rotation to where maybe like 1 hour you have Verdansk, another hour you have Resurgence, another hour you have Al Mazrah, or maybe solos gets Al Mazrah, duos gets Verdansk, quads gets Resurgence, things like that. Because first of all, I don't really want to put Avalon in here because Avalon is saved for a separate mode, which is Blackout. What are your thoughts on this? This is definitely something very big, and they decided to announce it now out of all times. But anyways, they go on to say back in the spring with the re-release of Verdansk, we announced that we'd approach change more deliberately to preserve the original Warzone launch experience. We still stand by that, but we're going to increase how often we release updates and refine the way we surface new features to you. The goal is balance, keep things moving without forgetting about seasonal support and quality of life improvements. Now, this is basically a direct response to all of the players who played during Call of Duty Next and weren't fans of the Warzone update. They said Season 1 of Warzone is going to be pretty dry, lackluster, not too much going on other than that brand new map being added. And this was sort of a reply to them telling them that they're going to consistently add things to the game to keep things fresh, but at the same time, they don't want to overdo it by adding everything all at one time. And then they said Resurgence. We've heard you loud and clear. Rebirth Island and the broader Resurgence experience have have started to feel a bit stale. So to start, we're delivering a full refresh to Rebirth Island in Season 2, which includes new POI updates, a cosmetic pass, and several other upgrades that improve flow. This means that the map is going to get a full-on overdue makeover. Hopefully these POIs are interesting. But then they said the launch of New Haven's Hollow map in Season 1 will be another step in spicing up Resurgence. These past months, we've made changes based on feedback received during early previews of Haven's Hollow. The newest version of the map has already received lots of positive reactions during Call of Duty Next and in our internal testing, setting the stage for what we hope becomes a standout addition to the game. As always, we look forward to hearing your feedback once the map launches. Then they said this: shortly after launch, we'll be bringing back rotation to Resurgence, which will swap between Rebirth Island and Haven's Hollow. We are also exploring opportunities to bring back past maps in future seasons, and what they mean by that is an improved version of Fortune's Keep is underway as we speak, so they're currently developing it. Our goal is to ensure that each map has room to shine without sidelining the ones that you love most. Personally, I'm really hoping that we see the return of Vondo. But then they say, looking ahead, moving forward, we've been hard at work exploring what the future of Warzone looks like. This means making significant, meaningful improvements on multiple fronts. In the coming weeks, we'll be sharing a deep dive on how we intend to deliver a higher frequency of updates with larger emphasis on balance changes, no less than twice per season. So I'm hoping this is probably going to come out when the whole hype in the Battle Royale for Battlefield comes out tomorrow. That's just my guess. They said our approach is weapons and attachment balance is fundamentally shifting, which means redefined roles at launch followed by multiple balance passes per season with adjustments entirely unique to Warzone. Regular updates will extend beyond weapons and include shifts in ground loot, perks, equipment, and more throughout the year. Then they said next month we'll be sharing our seasonal roadmap followed by a playlist block. Limited time modes will be designed to give our teams a fast and flexible yet controlled way to play around with new ideas. A testing ground for experimental features such as wall jump and grapple hook. That is something that is currently not available with Warzone, and a lot of people have been complaining about that. No wall jumping, only available in BO7 and not Warzone. Doesn't make sense, right? And then they said you'll see the return of several favorites throughout the year, such as buybacks, which will appear as part of our new weekend-only playlist. And that is something that sounds crazy, a weekend-only playlist. That's something, if you guys remember like the 420 event where we had that parkour map that would only appear for a certain amount of time, it looks like they're going to be bringing those types of things back. And then they said, alongside brand new modes such as ones that fast tracks you to your loadout, in Season 2, we'll be leaning even harder into the content our competitive community loves most. Expect more rank play camos than ever before. We know how important a good private match tool is, and we also know it deserves more attention. On that note, we have a plan to mold it into what you need to compete at your best over the coming year and beyond. So when Season 1 drops, you'll have the ability to remove players directly from the private match menu before a match begins. And finally, we couldn't be more excited for the arrival of our new Blackout experience on Avalon during Season 2. The success of post-launch modes like Resurgence have proven value of taking bold but intentional risk, and we believe that will embody exactly that spirit. Our team is incredibly excited, but there is much more to come. Stay tuned for an upcoming Warzone intel drop with more details and a first look at some of the updates on the way. So this is basically everything that they said. This was posted a couple of days ago on October 24th. So what I personally believe is because Battlefield has just announced Battle Royale and they're about to drop it tomorrow and all that hype is going down, Call of Duty is probably going to clap back by doing something. I can't imagine Call of Duty is going to sit there silently and just let Battlefield take all the Warzone players. So I'm definitely expecting them to, give us something these upcoming days. But anyways, that is all that I got for you guys in this video. Based on these changes that you've heard, are you guys excited for this next Warzone update? Is this something that makes you happy for the future of Warzone? But anyways, we'll keep talking more about Black Ops 7 and more upcoming news. So definitely be sure you are subscribed. But it's been your boy Tridzo, and hopefully I'll be seeing you guys again. Peace.